Well, good morning, 7K family, 7K team. Wow, exciting stuff to share with you today. I'm excited about this. Uh, Let me start by first just giving a little intro. As you know, 7K is a little more than 7 years old. Started November 2016 with a pre-launch, actually launched in July of 2017 formally. Uh, and so here we are, a major player in the gold and silver market, one of the major players in the numismatic market around the world. And what I want everyone to understand, if you've been with us the entire time, or if you're just joining us today, uh, what in the network marketing space, and we're a member of that space, even though we're a member direct marketing company, we're not a multi-level marketing company. Uh, we're basically the Costco of gold and silver, as an analogy. Uh, we sell memberships, as you all know, and now we have a lifetime membership, but there's a business associated with it because you and I get remunerated very, very well with building the customer base, helping uh, expand the customer, satisfied customer to satisfied customer. Uh, and They have one of the greatest referral compensation plans that exists in the industry, where uh, one on the left, one on the right, you can make an above average $500 check. Now, let me just preface this with saying that that $500 check, in the network marketing space, in the entire, 300 plus companies that are in existence around the world today, the top 30 companies, uh, uh, 85% of the people doing network marketing do not make a $500 check in a year. In a year. And that's dealing with most of these lotions, potions, pills, nasty tasting juices, hair growing stuff, wrinkle go away creams, all that kind of stuff. You know, our product is a product of value, gold and silver. Our product is a product that helps preserve people's wealth. And we teach people about something that they've never been taught about on purpose. Never been taught about on purpose. And we're the teachers. We're the information givers. We're the ones showing people how they can own gold and silver for as little as $1 a day. And everyone can do it. And with that said, I want you to understand something. In short, 7 years and let's say 4 months, uh, 7K has three separate businesses, or the co-founders that started 7K. We have 7K metals, and you can buy products and bullion and collectibles from them, and that's the referral base company that's a member direct marketing company. You could have membership. We have a lifetime membership, as you know, $5.99, 150 points. We have the 269, which has almost the same benefit, just about the same benefits as a lifetime, except you have to renew it every year, and it's 269. And some people start there, but you can store up to $50,000 worth of gold and silver in the Sound Money Vault. And so when you're buying it $1 a day or $25 a week to accumulate wealth, to secure wealth, to get your hands on gold and silver, to get what all the banks, countries are buying it at record rates today, everybody needs to have some gold and silver. It's just a great diversification of wealth product that gains value with the devaluation of currency. As currency inflates itself away, with them producing more and more of it every year, your gold and silver retains its purchasing power and protects your wealth. It's just that simple. Okay. And we're the company that is the one that's helping change the world and providing an extra revenue stream. So in 7 years, what's happened, where the company headquarters is, it's got this big vault right there inside the headquarters, plus all the logistics, all the storage, everything that's done, and the land, all paid for, totally paid for. And then we have this separate company now, totally separate, Sound Money in the Max Vault, uh, in its facilities, uh, uh, just will be commenced with formal opening shortly this year. Uh, but it's already built, it's already there, it's done, the vault's there, uh, and it's all paid for, all paid for. Then we have Stack and Sell, the place where you can uh, inventory, keep your collectible coins, your modern collectibles you buy from 7K or elsewhere, as long as they're a rated coin, and you can maintain all your inventory there, and you can actually buy and sell there. So it's a company. It's kind of like, as an analogy, the eBay of modern collectibles. Uh, and that's a separate business entity, all paid for. In just a little over 7 years, we've got an infrastructure. Now, I'm going to talk about the network marketing base for a second, space. I just gave you one statistic that more than not 85% of the people doing network marketing make a $500 check a year. So they spend more than they make. But what are they accumulating? They're accumulating products that they consume or have expiration dates. When you join 7K, they're accumulating wealth. They're accumulating products that have no expiration date. They're accumulating products that protect their wealth. And they're accumulating products that can gain value with time. None of those lotion, potions, and pills and hair growing stuff and we could go away creams, nasty, tasty juices are going to gain value with time. I mean, yeah, just kind of think about that. Okay, well, we are positioned. Here's the message. Right now, this company is positioned for one of the largest momentum growth wave in the network marketing space. I predict that this will last more than 10 years. We're already registered, we're already doing business. We have a little bit of business in Singapore, but we can do business in Singapore. We can do business in Australia. We can do business in New Zealand. We're registered, certified, everything where we got product that is shipped there. We got people that are in business there. Now, not a lot. It's not been growing yet, but there's a lot of reasons it's not growing in those countries and Canada. It was because of the COVID situation. But we're qualified, we're registered, we're in those countries. Canada, we're in Mexico, we're in Ireland, we're in the UK. Okay, so we're in the major centers, Singapore, Canada, UK, and the US, where gold and silver markets are, where the major markets, well, the paper markets, but also the metals in in those countries too. So we're positioned for this huge growth curve that I'm talking about that's coming. And uh, we got tools, we got proven products now, we've proven ourselves in the industry, and we got our own unique modern collectibles that are gaining notoriety in the numismatic world. More and more every day as more people find out about our Miles Standish design coins, our own 7K design coins, our 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 relationships with the Mayor Mint and the CIT Mint in Liechtenstein. And now we're in official pre-launch as of a month ago in January uh, uh, 1st, official pre-launch in Germany, Austria, uh, Liechtenstein, and Switzerland. 4 major countries in Europe. Now, Europe's a bigger market than the US, twice as large as the US. And network marketing and gold and silver is, let's say, more familiar in the rest of the world than it is in America to the citizens of the world, because they know that that's the form of wealth that can save them. They understand that, okay, more than we do in America. Well, we're in that pre-launch. We're about to officially launch, but we're actually shipping product. We're actually building, and so what I'm saying is that we can ping pong around the world because we have an infinite left team and an infinite right team. And for those of you that are thinking right now in your thought, well, I don't know anybody in Germany. I don't know anybody in Australia. I don't know anybody in Canada. I don't know anybody. Wrong. And you can Google me, you can search out this statement, but everyone is only 5 people away from anywhere in the free world, in the modern or world. Not savage countries and things like this, or fifth world countries. Uh, I'm talking about you're only 5 people away. You know someone who knows someone who knows someone who knows someone who knows someone anywhere in the world, in the free world. Now that's a proven fact. So don't think you can't have part of this global business. You can. And that's what I'm going to talk about today. How you can participate in this huge momentum growth curve wave of 7K as it continues to expand in the countries we're already open in, because we haven't even touched our market in the US. You just ask people, they hadn't heard of 7K metals. They don't even know they need to own gold and silver. And so we still have major growth over the next 10 years in the United States and the other countries we're already officially opened in uh, and doing business in. But then we have the global expansion, starting with these 4 major countries, and then the rest of Europe, and then the rest of Asia Pacific. So we got 82 countries to open up in the next 10, 15 years. We're talking about major momentum growth. Now, how can you capitalize on that? That's the point of what I'm going to be talking about today. Okay. Now, in doing that, uh, I want to share with you that everyone can succeed in this business if you're willing to learn how and if you're willing to do what it takes to succeed. Okay. And I'm going to challenge all of you, because here's the great news. The company is working on uh, a, a product for us to use to help pique people's interest, to help in this what I call touches, what I call, you know, uh, uh, that first touch. Okay, and that is take the wealth strategies video, about almost 18 minutes long. Okay, now compress that thing down into just the meat, so it's about 4 minutes and 15 seconds. Powerful too, wouldn't you say? Quick, easy to share, quick, easy to pique interest, to get them to thinking that they want to know more information. And that's what it's all about. Okay. So once again, I'm going to challenge everyone that's hearing this, everyone that hears it on a replay, that's in our group, that's in the 7K team, that here's what we do. We do my job description. It's nothing more. I used to teach years ago when we first started out uh, with my initial team, my 2 on my left and my 5 on my right, and that we do touches. So how many touches can we make a day? How many touches? And that's where you don't just give them all kind of information. You say, hey, how do you feel about gold and silver? Uh, yeah, do you know that all the banks in the world and countries have been buying and hoarding and buying record rates, gold and silver. And if they're doing that, don't you think we ought to own some? I've got a company that we can buy as little as $1 a day, and it teaches you why you need the gold and silver. Let me, yeah, let me shoot you this quick, uh, less than 5 minute video, and you see if you, let's see if you see what I see. Let's see if you catch what I caught. Okay. No harm, no foul, just information. The information's free. Okay. So, but you got to have a list that you're going to work on, that you're going to send this to. And so I'm going to go right now. I'm going to just tell you now, remember, this is going to be available to us very shortly, uh, in the next couple of weeks. Okay. They're already putting it together. Okay. And uh, the other thing is we're going to have an illustration of how the comp plan works and gets to copper, a visual explanation of it. Very short, very sweet, not complicated. That's the whole thing for duplication, is keep it simple. Okay. Now those two things are going to be available to us very shortly. And I want y'all to be on go, ready to run. Okay. So you got to get prepared to run, uh, and to take advantage of this, and just massive action, because that's what it takes, is massive action. Okay. Now, what's it take? Let me share my screen. I'm going to do this one more time. Maybe all this will finally sink in, because, for those that do it, it does sink in. And anything in life, we got to learn how to do. These are the skills, attitudes, and technique. But those of you that's hung around the flagpole, you understand it, and listen to some of the testimony, and many testimony that are out there, for those that have hung around the flagpole for those 2 years, buying their coin every month, trusting, believing, and doing, and just kind of, and then building a big business over the next 3 to 5 years. Well, that's what we're all doing. And if you haven't really been doing this, then start today. Today is your day to start. You've got a lot of familiarization, but you haven't done the job. And that's the key, my job description. So now you understand. Make a commitment to yourself and your team. You're going to work 10 hours a week to this business. You're going to, like you go to work, you got to commit to 10 hours a week. And what I want you to do is make those 5 touches a day, 5 days a week. That'd be 25. Now, if you've got a team of 5 people making 25 touches a week, that's 125 a week. That's 600 a month. That's touches. Now, this should only take a very short period of time. I just gave you how you do it, but also I've gave you some scripts, and we're going to be talking about scripts and prospecting today, more details. Okay. And so I gave you in the last band app, they're all posted, the 5, 6 kind of scripts to use, indirect scripts, easy scripts, you know, some with takeaway, like, the business I'm in clearly isn't you, but I wanted to ask you, who do you know that is ambitious, money motivated, and would be excited about the idea of adding more cash flow and gold and silver into their lives? Well, you call up John, ask him that question. You only have a minute, but you want to, hey, can I shoot you a little quick video, kind of explains what I'm doing, and then maybe you might know someone that this fits. So you're not personally prospecting him. Oh, that's pretty cool. So that's your chicken list. You can do that with all your chicken list people. Okay. You're afraid to call them. You're afraid to what they might think of you. Well, you use that. You're basically asking for a referral in a very indirect way, but you're also prospecting them in an extremely indirect way. You know, the other one, what do you know that might, who do you know that might be looking for a strong business they could run from their home? Let me shoot you a quick 5-minute video that summarizes what I'm doing, and 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 then let's talk. Boom. Easy way to do it. The other, you know, hey John, who do you know that has hit the wall with their business or their job? You know, with their job, or if you know they run a business, uh, you can use both these with job or business, and might be looking for a way to diversify their income while accumulating wealth with gold and silver. Oh, let me shoot you a quick, less than 5-minute video, kind of summarizes what I'm doing, and then let's talk. Hmm. Hey, John, do you know anyone involved in a serious job search? I, I'm doing something that is really exciting, and accumulating wealth with gold and silver with me and earning income. Let me shoot you a video, and uh, so you can see what I'm doing, and then let's talk. Hey, John, I work with a company that's expanding in our area, and I'm looking for some short people that might be interested in some additional cash flow and gold and silver. Do you know anyone that might fit that description? Whatever they say. Let me shoot you a quick, less than 5-minute video so you can see what I'm doing, and then let's talk. Okay, that's how you make these 5 contacts a day. Now, there's other scripts. You know, I've got lots of scripts. I've taught them over the years. You can use ones. These are very indirect, very, very. I call it for the introverted person. Then you can do the. You just got to do it. You just got to do it. Now, uh, you also got to help yourself. You got to learn. You got to commit to learning. You got to commit to reading self-help books and how to get ahead books and video. But I want you to concentrate on our business first. Okay? You can grow bigger and better through a lot of great books that I use. I like all the Jim Rome series for sure. I like the Barry Maxwell. There's a whole list of books that I have that I've read and used in my career development with networking. And I want you to concentrate on our company videos and my videos, my trainings. And because my trainings are how to's, my trainings are about the business and about the company. So you can build that belief factor up. So I want you to do one video a day. This is all part of this 10 hours, you see. So how many of you have been doing this religiously for 2 years? If you haven't started the business yet. You've just been kind of playing around with it part time. Now, you're doing a training. That's why you're here, okay? Or you're watching a training, or you're attending an opportunity presentation in a group. We have a meeting once a week at George and Sandra Donaldson. We've been doing that ever since my birthday, November 17th, 2016, the day after I joined. Yeah, on a Friday night too. But we do it on Tuesday, every Tuesday night. But here's the key. I want you to make that list. This is what people don't do. And this is where you fail. Because see, when you're making these touches, you got to have a list to work off of, and you got to keep a record of it. Now I say get your spiral notebook. I tell everybody, get yourself a little spiral notebook and take your phone out. And if you haven't done this, do it, because it's going to be very important for you to participate in this growth wave that I'm talking about over this next 10 years. But it starts this year. It starts right now. And we're the ones that make it happen. We create that momentum wave and then we advance it. And that's what we're committed to do. So get that, a name at the top of the page on the top. The next line, you have their address if you know it. If you don't, you'll fill it in. And then over here, you have their cell number and their email address and maybe a little note of how you knew them. You went to school with them in the third day. You work with them at the XYZ. You did what? You go to church with, they're in your Sunday school, whatever. But you do keep a note of what it is. Then the rest of that whole page is when you contact a date and what you did. Was it a telephone call? Was it an email? Was it a text? And what you sent them. Well, strategies video, peak video, inflation, whatever. And then the rest of it is going to be for follow-up. Because see, you got to make a lot of touches and to create your follow-ups to be able to eventually get people in your business because their lives change. And so no one ever gets off your list. No one ever gets off your list. And you want to build that list to 500 people over time, over that 2-year period. So you're going to fill up quite a few of these spiral notebooks. And if you aren't doing this, that's why you aren't getting to where you want to go yet. Because you've got to have a plan to work off of, and it's that spiral notebook. Now, I'm going to give a complete training on just that spiral notebook in it separately and how you build lists and things like that. But when a person joins, you put a great big old star and their username and the date they joined on the top of that tab. The rest of it is you want to fill that notebook up with stars. And so you can leaf through that notebook real quick and you know the pages that don't have a star on them. Those are follow-up pages. Because see, when you're not piquing interest, you're following up. So you always have a work list to work on every day for 2 years. It's either piquing new interest or following up. Piquing new interest or a combination of piquing interest and following up. So it's easy to do that 5 a day. You just need to discipline yourself to do it. And then you will see what I'm talking about, that based on controlling your own attitude, that's why I have you read this every day in the morning and whenever you get stinking thinking, so that you can internalize these 3 required beliefs. And by doing this, by job description, you will do that. And guess what? You're working in a team. You're not doing this all by yourself. So you're going to have someone you can do 3 ways with, because that's what we're going to do. Now, I'm going to talk about this new 5-minute video, less than 5-minute video, and how we use it. I just told you the touch, but when you follow up, you follow up and you do the same things I've always taught is what did, hey, John, what did you like best about that video you saw? Let them talk. And then, you say, hey, look, I know you're going to have some questions. Now's not the right time for me. Let's set an appointment for about, 15, 20 minutes that I can get back with you and answer all the questions you might have and provide you even with more information if you'd like. What time would be best for you? You get an appointment set. Now, when you call them back, you're going to have your sponsor, your upline, some third-party validation on that phone. Okay? Now, it can't be me. I can't work with 30,000 people, okay? I can't work with everyone. But we got leaders out here. You need to tag into the leaders in between you and them, okay? So I know I've got a lot of people with George Donaldson. George Donaldson's available with a lot of our people if you're in his group. So it's George and I. So we will find, if you don't have one that you're working directly with, let us know. We'll hook it up. We'll set it. But what you want to do is you want to be having a person on that line with you when you call back to answer questions, and you learn to just, hey, John, it's Bob. Look, I have George on the line. He's been with the company for a long time. He's my mentor, person that is succeeding in this business, and my partner. He's going to answer every question that you can, or he's going to address the questions that you have. He's going to address the questions you have, and uh, then that person will give a quick, very brief, I mean, few seconds about them, because it can't be about the person that's talking on the phone. It's about answering the questions. And reason you do this is your person is going to see that you who prospected them didn't do all the question answering, and that there's a team. So if he does this, he's going to see that he's going to be able to get the same assistant, or she. It won't be something they do all by themselves. That's going to register in their brain, and it's going to be, it's going to be used as an example in the course of the conversation by the third party validator. And that's what that is. And many of you have heard me say that when we got Wayne Clark into the business, and Wayne didn't know anything about gold and silver, didn't know anything about really the company, the founders, or anything, but he did the prospecting, he did the things right. I'm telling you right now, and he put me on more three-ways in the first 6 months of his business than my entire team did in the first 3.5 years of me doing business. See, it's the person that does that is the winner. Okay. So he learned by hearing all of my questions and answers and objection handling. He learned those by fire, we call it OJT, on the job training. And he just listened. Okay. You've also got to learn you can't interrupt. You can't put your cents into this. You are just listening. And then when it's turned back over to you for follow-up or sending a link, that's all you do. Okay. That's pretty cool. So that's how you do this. Quite simply, you need to learn how to get with your leader, your next upline leader, and work this as a system. What I want to do is get groups of teams. Look at your left and right. Get them doing this. Watch this video. What we're going to do is make commitments of making touches. Now, for those of you that you just can't see yourself doing 5 touches a day, well, do one a day. Make yourself do one out of that list of 100. Well, that's 5 people a week that you're touching, that you're reaching out, that you're piquing an interest to. That's 25. That's 20 a month. Well, if you've got 5 people in your team just doing one, that's 100 a month. And if they do that for 12 months, that's 1,200 people in your team that's touched. If only 1% of them go and see the wealth strategies, see a bigger vision, and join, that's 12 new members in your team. So let's make a commitment to pick your commitment to your sponsor, to your team, to the people you're working with, how many people you're going to do this with every week using that less than 5-minute video and using the scripts. Now, I'm going to share with you in my Band app. I've already given this training once before, but and I'm just going to refer to it to you. I'm going to show you where it's at in the band app, and I'm going to get you to go get these two things. But this is all I want you to become an expert in. You know, Eric War and I taught the business the same way. We teach the business the same way. He's a master in the industry. He's a trainer like Ryan Chamberlain. I'm a trainer, but I never sold my stuff. I give all my stuff for free for my group. I never put it together. I have my 7 pieces of paper. They're all copyrighted. Everybody can use them. I maintain my copyrights on that, but I don't sell them to you. They're there for free. All my scripts that I write and put up, I don't sell them to you. I give them for free. But I'm going to tell you, this one little simple PDF that's free, I'm going to share with you where to get it, but I want you to become an expert. I don't care how many, if you have to read this once a day for the next 2 years, you read it because it's going to teach you the basics that you need to know about how to kind of warm with form a little bit, how to make initial uh, that initial touch with with your warm market and with cold market, how to make that initial contact, how to make that initial statement, that initial breaking the ice. And so you need to be familiar with this process. You will not be good at it in the beginning. Trust me, I wasn't. These are the skills, attitudes, and techniques that we got to learn. But I want you to use this as your prospecting Bible. Notice it's real simple, real short. They give you other script. Now, I like to manipulate these a little bit, adding in the gold and silver. Okay. So I want to put gold and silver in these things like I've done. You'll see with the other scripts that I've already given you where I've changed them. But these are very simple one-liners, oldies, goodies, but they work. That's the whole point. They work if you work them. So I want you to use this as your Bible for piquing interest. How to pique interest. I want you to use this as your Bible, okay, and my recording. And then I will give another updated training on this prospecting peak interest Bible. So I will train this again as a separate training so you can listen to it over and over. Well, also, you'll look words that work with Ryan Chamberlain. Okay, now that there's some training in our training center with Ryan Chamberlain that you can go and listen to his words that work. You can hear it over and over and over and over and over and over again, and that's worthwhile doing. But you can combine this little flow chart with words that work. These are words, proven words that work. These are words I use, word Ryan Chamberlain's he teaches. Well, this and this will become your Bible. So where do you find those? Please don't ask me to send y'all uh, emails and PDFs. And it's just too much for me to do. Other leaders, you can do it for your smaller team. Okay. You find them in your band app. Okay. So I'm going to go to our band app. I'm going to show you exactly where they're at. Once you get into band, let's see, it doesn't matter which team you're in, let's just go to, I've got them in all the bands. So let's go for the go for goal, PMC, Hawaii team. It doesn't matter. But if you'll look at attachments, now on your phone, it's a little folder with a dot on it at the bottom uh, of your phone when you go to band app on your phone. You'll see the menu at the bottom. There's a little folder. You'll touch that little folder, on your computer, when you go to band.us and log in, it's a lot easier to get, and you can download. You'll click on attachments, you'll touch that little folder, then you're going to click on view all, okay? And then what you're going to do is you type up here scripts. You search for scripts. And here's Hottest Recruiting Scripts by Eric War, PDF. Click on it. And what it's going to do is going to open that up as a PDF for you on your computer. And once you open it up, you've got that. Okay. Then we can go back to the Band app and we can cut words that work. Well, How to Work Smarter is one of mine. That's not the words work. Let's see if it's Ryan Chamberlain. And if I don't have that PDF up there, I'll put it in, and I'll put it under words that work. And apparently it's not there, or I have to go through the entire list to find it. That's the other way. I don't have them all bibliography referenced yet. That's something I'm working on, but it will happen. Okay. But I'll make sure I get it in the Band app, the one I was just talking about, and it'll be available for you after this training, right along with this recording. Okay. So this is the one we were looking at. But I know also that Ryan has that video training in your training center of 7K. That's being all updated too, by the way. That's something else that's happening. So what we want to do is work in teams now and build teams working together and have some little contests. And let's work for the convention in Las Vegas in the end of April, May. So what we're going to do is make a commitment to your team, work in small groups that you're working with. So you team leaders, get your people on your left and right, get together, pull together, and get a commitment. How many of these are going to make? How many touches? How many peak interest calls they're going to make a day? If it's one, if it's two, if it's three, if it's five, but make a commitment and then report when y'all get together the next, how many you made. Have a little contest. Give some half ounce and 1 ounce silver things, and on conversions, who converts the most in a month. Give a 1 ounce bar or 2 ounce coin or 3 ounce coin, and and get some things. So whoever prospects, they're going to get commission, but you're making a small team contest, and you team leaders, that would be good for you to do, to make a small team contest. Okay. And let's make the run for a convention, and let's see as a group how many peak interest, how many touches that we can do, because that's how it builds business. Let me give you an example. Let's say you have 10 people on your left, 10 people on your right team in this contest that you're working together with. You're each making 5 contacts a day. Okay. Well, that 5 a day is 25. That's 100 a month. You got 10 people. That's 1,000 contacts. in a month on your left team, 1,000 contacts on your right team. What if you only get a 1% conversion rate? That's 10 new people joining your business on your left team and your right team. That's your motivation. That's your motivation. That's 10 new coins being purchased every month on your left team and right team. That's 10 times 20 is 200 points added every month. What if you do that every month? You do the numbers. See, are you willing to do the numbers? Because it's just numbers. The company has got everything we need to grow. It's just up to you and me to make it grow. So are we going to do it? I'm giving you the tools that you need. I'm joining in too because I've got to rank up. I've got to get paid on the volume that I have in my group. So it's time for me to go back to work too. So I'm joining in this effort too. And I'm redoing a brand new spiral notebook, and I'm pulling up and doing follow-ups on my old ones. Okay? Because people's lives change, circumstances change. They never go off your list, ever. And when you build this thing to 500 and you get stars, you're adding new people every year, every month, every day even. You will meet new people. You meet new people at your church. You meet new people in your business, or your job, if you're working a job still, or out and about, or on vacation, or at some event that you go to. You meet new people. Make sure you capture their name, number, put them on the list. You don't jump on them right then. Put them on the list, wait a couple of days, you make that touch. And you have a relation because, see, they're not totally cold. You have a basis of where you met them or how you ran into each other. You just, following up, and you hit them with one of the lines that I give you. Send them that 5-minute video, less than 5-minute video. Are you willing to do the work? That's the key. Are you willing to engage? Are you willing to change your life financially? Because this company can do it. We're a force of good. We're helping people change their lives. We're helping people guide gold and silver. We're helping people learn about gold and silver. We're helping people ensure their wealth by buying bullion and accumulating bullion. And we're helping people earn through modern collectibles where they can gain value faster with time. Not, hey, I bought this and now it's worth this. But it's the same thing with a car, with a house, or anything. You can't buy it and sell it the next day with what you bought it for. This is modern collectibles. It's not bullion. And bullion, they have a little up and down too. But the outlook, because of our global our domestic and global financial situation in the world, is pretty good for gold and silver. And we all need to own some. We have the great message. I hope you see what I see. I hope you understand what I understand. And if you don't, it's, that's your job. Find out why I believe this and why others believe it and how you can succeed in. Now, look, we all have to admit, even if you ended up in 10 years or 5 years or 4 years with just making an extra $500 a month while you're accumulating wealth, that's well worth it. But what if you just end up making an extra $500 a week? That's more than people make in a year. Most people in the whole world, the majority of people doing network marketing, they don't make $500 in a year. And we have thousands of people making that. Thousands and thousands making that. We have thousands making a $500 check a month or more. We have thousands making a $500 a week a check or more. And that's what's so great about our company and that you're a part of, and we're sharing a message of help. And as we expand the globe, and you can be part of, because you have an infinite team on your left and an infinite team on your right. And what if you just end up with 100 people on your left team and 100 people on your right team? And if you have a family business pack by then, by the way, like I teach, you're in total control of your $500 check. You're in 100% control of your $500 check, because what's 100 times 20? 20 points for the coin that they're buying every month. That's 2,000 points. Divide that by 4. That's about an average of 500 a week. So you could possibly make 500 a week just with 100 people on your left team and 100 people on your right team. But it starts with one, starts with piquing interest, starts with exposure, 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 until you find we're looking for people who are looking. That's it. We're looking for people who are looking. And I gave you all the bait you need. You just need to fish. You need to fish. If you don't hook, you don't put the worm on the hook, you don't put the bait out there, no fish is going to nibble. And when they nibble, we're able to catch a few. We don't catch them all. We catch a few. That's the whole thing. Hope you see what I see. Hope you understand what I understand. I will put those 2 attachments on this recording, so they'll be on the recording right along with it in the band app. And don't know what happened here, but I do need to do one thing. I need to put up my somebody popped in. There we go. There we go. I need to share one more thing, because I did talk about income and my exposures, but I really want to kind of end this by showing this screen. About all the possibilities. I kind of like, I know I've got our 1-page comp plan on here, but I kind of like the way this does. As we go, we're not going to do above presidential, so just that's an old slide, and I don't have that X'd out. But just think, one on the left, one on the right, what I just said, to make an above average $500 check. And you know how to do that because you do. This is kind of a stair step thing. You teach your people to do what you did, how to become a copper, how to become an associate, then how to become a copper with an associate on your left, associate on your right, and you get another customer. And then that enables you to make $1,000, up to $1,000 a week. If the volume comes up, you can make up to $1,000 a week. And then how to become a bronze, you get another person, 3 on your left, 3 on your right, you personally sponsor, that are active. And one of those 3 you help become a copper, because you already know how to do that. You did that. So you already know how to do it. So it's a stair step, teaching people to do what you did, because you already know how to do it. And so you get a copper on your left, copper on your right. You have 3 active customers left and right, which one of them is the copper and you're bronze. And then you can earn up as your team grows, as the wings of the eagle expands in your network, your left team and your right team. And we want you to join us and soar like eagles, building your wings, mount on wings of the eagles. You've heard that before. If you haven't, I'll share with you the Bible verse in Exodus. But they become a silver, it's the same thing. You just get two more people, 5 left, 5 right. You teach one of those 5 on the left and right to become a bronze like you did. You already know how to do that. So see, it's a stair step right on up to presidential goal. And again, since I talked about income with our company, I've got to also share our income disclosure statement. And I encourage everyone to read the income disclosure statement because that's what's important. And look at how many people do earn income with us. The averages are just phenomenal. And you look at the number of coppers and bronze and associates that we have in the company. This includes people who just started and just made associate. So these are the averages, but you can look, you know, that'd be the low being 0. They just became an associate. They don't have enough volume to get the $500 check. Okay. But look at the average and the median of all associates in the company. That's pretty powerful. And then you look at the coppers and the average and the median. Then you look at the bronze and the averages and the median. And then you look at the silver. Well, if that kind of income while you're accumulating wealth and securing wealth, there are no guarantees. If you don't do the work, you can't do it. You can't get it. You got to do the work. And I shared with you what the work was today. I hope you see what I see. I hope you do what I've shared. And let's get these teams rolling. Let's roll in to Vegas with a huge roar from our Bob Reid Success Group team. I appreciate you. I love you. I care about you. I care about your success. And you've got a lot of great leaders in my group. And I just say, work with smaller groups and build up, and you have a lot of support in our entire team. We will see you in Vegas. Make sure you're there. What you want to have is at least one person you personally sponsored on your left team and one person you personally sponsored on your right team there in Vegas with you, and then your business is going to grow bigger than you thought it would. And those of you that get 5 on your left team and 5 on your right team, that's there, you're going to grow greater than 5 times those that have 1. And those of you have 10 on your left team and 10 on your right team, there, believe me, your business is going to expand greater than tenfold than the person that has 1. But you got to start at 1 on your left and 1 on your right. We all did. So that's how you get to those bigger numbers. See you in Vegas. Have a great, great day and weekend, and let's get started.